Welcome back to RuskiWeldFab, welcome back to the channel. Clio update. I know everyone has been waiting for, because that's why you subscribe to this channel. And before we go anywhere, please click like button. It really does help me, it really does show me that you guys care. It does help move my videos up in the ranks, YouTube algorithm and all that. You know, it takes you just one click. For me, it's a lot. I would really appreciate that.
That's a good one!
Yeah, content! And let's start. Okay, time attack. I am doing a full season this year, and the season starts in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And as you can see, the engine is here. There is no engine here. There is some dodgy gearbox here. So what's been happening in a period since I completely smashed my dog box at Alton Park? I have ordered a sequential gearbox, but unfortunately it is not ready yet, so I don't have it in time for time attack, and I was hoping I will start the season with a sequential, but unfortunately we cannot. So plan B or plan C or whatever plan you want to call it, I have a stock O2M transmission, and the reason why I'm using stock and not Renault is because obviously my drive shafts are made for this box, my engine gearbox mounts all made for this box, and it's just easier. It's basically direct swap, and then when the sequential gets here, we'll take this one out and we'll put the sequential in. It's completely standard stock. I did kind of open it up, inspect it. I did take the shifter fork out so I can actually see the main shaft and some of the gears. It's all good, in very good condition. As far as I know, of course, eBay. You can't really trust it. It came over Seat Leon TFSI, something like that, which was only on 50,000 miles, so fairly low mileage car. But yeah, everything sort of shifts the way it's supposed to. There is no sort of, everything spins. I know a lot of people would say you need to sort of fix it and open it up, but I just don't have time. Besides, I am truly hoping that it should just needs to last me a couple of rounds, and then we will finally get this sequential. I'm not gonna put my diff in it, so literally gonna be open diff, stock box. We'll turn the power down. At least we can actually race. So in order, gosh, I didn't really do an update about the engine. Yeah, the engine has been, because obviously the last bit of damage, the big bit of damage was the crankshaft. That flange, the holes and everything, that was pretty badly damaged because of the flywheel came off and it just damaged it. It was repairable, but we decided to get a brand new 197, well, by brand new, again, used, but from a friend, crankshaft. And then it was all sent to Pure Motorsport, to Nick, to put that in, because I don't actually have the tools for measuring the bearings and stuff like that. And also we are upgrading. There's a few little upgrades we're making. Basically, we're getting rid of the normal water pump. We're going with an electric water pump. I will show you to you later when I actually come to fit it. Reason being is that the previous dry sump had a really small pulley, and according to Nick, and I've done some digging as well, the harmonic imbalance really does make engines sort of rattle apart. So it's not ideal. So basically gone back to stock balance pulley thingy bob, because it's bigger. We need to remove that, blah blah blah. I'll show you how it's all going to be done. So the engine is here. It was damaged before. They actually broke the bracket of the dry sump, but we got a replacement since. I used to have an adapter plate like this. This is 6mm and it's slightly bent now, but I always suspected, because obviously this and the previous box came off a car that was already installed on the car, so I was always suspecting that there was a slight misalignment. So behold, the new plate. This one is 8mm, slightly heavier, I know, but it's stronger, obviously. And I got plans from gosh, I'm really sorry, I completely forgot your name. You're probably gonna watch this place, but anyways, the guy in Europe, he was kind enough. He said, "Oh, I have plans." He made the plans for the plate himself, so we kind of hope they align much better. I do need to modify it ever so slightly, so this little notch is gonna be cut now because of the dry sump. It just doesn't fit, and then I need to weld a big bolt. I don't have it here. Similar to what I have on the previous one. That's basically a locating sort of stud nut bolt, because when you sort of slide your gearbox, you kind of need to align it with something. Just good practice to have one in there. And then we'll probably introduce some dowel pins, and that should be good. Also, what we're fitting, because obviously the flywheel and the clutch got damaged. Even though the clutch could be repaired, but we decided not to do that. So what I did is I bought, so pretty. So we have custom flywheel from EFI Parts. Chris is the man. I believe he's the first one who actually did this conversion many moons ago. And this flywheel is so much lighter than the previous one. The previous one, before I lightened it, was 10.5 kilos. When we lightened it, it came down to 7.5. This thing is just under 4, so half the weight of the previous one. This one accepts standard Volkswagen clutch, but obviously we're not going to go standard. CG clutches, they made me, stage 3 whatever thingy bob, 5 finger 5 plate sprung clutch. The reason why I went with sprung is because I don't know, I want to try sprung clutch because I feel that it will be a bit smoother, less sort of shock loads onto the gearbox itself. Theoretically, it should help. If we don't like it, we can always see if we can go back to the previous one. So we have that. We have a plate, we have an engine, and we have a gearbox. So that would be my first step, literally. Fit the gearbox onto the thing, everything aligns, and then we're gonna triple check it. We're gonna spin the engine, see if it rotates freely. Then we're gonna take it all apart, and then blah 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 blah, the usual thing. After that, I will need to obviously put the engine back inside the bay, because water pump is supposed to sort of sit somewhere around here. I have no idea. Obviously, if the engine is here, I can't really fit it. So I need the engine inside the bay so I can mock it all up. And I need to see what hoses I have. I have a bunch of hoses, but I will need to fashion something. It should connect pretty much straight into the main sort of pipe that runs along here, the one that goes from the radiator. But there's going to be a little bit sort of welding involved in there. So once that is going to be done, then yeah, the engine side of things is all pretty easy, because we're not changing anything else. I was supposed to go for electronic throttle body, so I can have throttle bleep and all that on flat shifting with a sequential. Because we're going with stock, I'm not going to bother just yet. I'm literally gonna go back to the normal cable throttle body, and there is nothing else in the interior that needs to be changed. Luckily, I was gonna do that. I was gonna remove my old shifter, all the cables, start drilling holes for the sequential, but I decided not to do it until I get it. And luckily, it's all in place, so we don't have to worry about that. So effectively, we just need to put the gearbox with a new adapter plate onto the engine, slot the engine inside, and pretty much just connect everything, fluids, and it should theoretically work because it was working before engine-wise. Knock on wood. And yeah, now to address an elephant in the room. Where am I, you're probably asking? Well, that's my new gaff. Never used that word, honestly. That's my new garage. We have recently moved. There was we just outgrown our London house, so we moved somewhere a bit more spacious, a bit quieter, kind of in the countryside, Cambridgeshire area, so the kids can go to Cambridge University. Yeah, it's a double garage. It's not my final garage because the plan is to have something else built and blah blah blah. You'll see the everything, but for the time being, at least for the first part of the season, this should do. Took me some time to sort of make it all like this because obviously, you know, I like when my tools are sort of easy reachable, because the previous garage, it was so tiny. It was literally, you just sort of stand and you're like a little octopus, can just reach everything. But yeah, we have all this sort of essential tools here, and then brake pads and all this sort of parts in there, and then these boxes, they contain all the bolts and everything, so I know where they all came from. You know, this is from the gearbox, this is from the flange, this is from the splitter mount, you know, so everything is here, so I know I don't have to sort of just dig through boxes and be like, oh my god. It still looks a little bit like a mess, but at least it's workable. You know, you have all your tools and everything is kind of almost in the right place, and I try to make it as similar to the previous place as possible, where, you know, everything goes onto the same shelf, because obviously after so many years, when you get used to where everything is, even now, if something is in the wrong place, you kind of instinctively just go there and you're like, oh no, it's not, it's in a different place. All right, so that's quite a long monologue, so I'm just gonna finish this one here, and I think this should be just good enough for you guys as an update, and then the usual videos will follow with me building everything else. So guys, bring on the 2022 time attack season, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.